There is something that no one teaches us when we are young, but which we all encounter as we age. Our legs, something as simple as walking, standing up, or climbing stairs, actually determine our freedom. Imagine a typical morning. You are going to the market, but today your legs feel heavy as lead. They tremble and move slowly. Just going down the stairs makes you sweat. You have to hold onto the railing and sit down to rest halfway down. It's not because you're lazy, but because, without noticing it, your body is gradually losing strength in your legs. And here's the truth I can't hide. Every 11 seconds, an elderly person falls and ends up in the hospital because their legs are no longer strong enough. It may seem like just a number, but every fall means a loss of confidence. It is the beginning of dependence, pain, and sometimes the inability to return to the previous state. I am a nutritionist and have worked with hundreds of patients between the ages of 50 and 90, and I can say with complete sincerity, weakening legs are not inevitable. It is the result of how we care for or neglect our bodies every day. This does not mean that you have to change your whole life or spend hundreds of dollars on strange therapies. Number the key is in your own kitchen. You only need 4 carefully selected foods that are easy to find, affordable, and can significantly improve muscle strength, joint stability, and balance. I saw Mary, who is 76 years old. She fell in the bathroom and thought she would be disabled forever. But just 3 months after changing her diet, she was walking around the square every morning. Or Joseph, 81, who used to have shaky legs when getting up from a chair, but now can climb 2 flights of stairs without resting. And I'll tell you the secret they used. It all starts with what you put on your plate every day, because in reality, your body isn't aging. It's waiting to be fed properly. Don't take your eyes off this video, because the first product will not only help you walk more confidently, but also improve your sleep and mood in the coming days. Before you start, tell us where you are watching this video from and how old you are. Your comment is our motivation. The first product, although small, is a fundamental building block for restoring the strength of your legs starting today. Chickpeas are Turkish peas. After many years of working with older people, I have come to understand that sometimes the simplest foods are the key to long-term health. Among them are chickpeas. These small, unassuming legumes, which usually lie quietly in the pantry, are the building blocks for strong legs. Chickpeas contain large amounts of plant protein, an essential nutrient for regenerating and protecting muscle mass, especially after age 50, when the body begins to naturally lose muscle. Adding protein from chickpeas can significantly slow down this weakening process. In addition, this legume contains many important micronutrients, such as magnesium, iron, and vitamin B6, key elements for facilitating muscle contractions, combating leg fatigue, and maintaining good neuromuscular coordination. A study published in 2019 by the University of Murcia, Spain, revealed an important finding. People over the age of 60 who ate chickpeas at least 3 times a week had 22% less muscle loss compared to those who did not include them in their diet. This is not just a dry scientific figure. It is a real opportunity to remain strong and independent for many years. I remember Joseph, a 74-year-old patient from Seville, very well. After falling down the stairs, he lived in fear of losing his balance for several weeks. When he came to me, he wasn't looking for medication or assistive devices. He wanted to regain strength in his legs. Together, we adjusted his diet and included chickpeas in his diet 3 times a week. In hot soups for dinner, fresh salads for lunch, and Andalusian stews. In just over a month, Joseph was able to walk around the neighborhood every morning, and his legs no longer felt weak as they had before when he stood for long periods of time. For other patients, I usually recommend the ideal serving size, about half a cup of cooked chickpeas, about 125 grams, per meal, 3 to 4 times a week. Chickpeas are very easy to incorporate into your daily menu. They can be mixed with olive oil, lemon, and cilantro to make a refreshing Mediterranean salad. If you prefer a dip, try blending chickpeas with garlic and a little lemon juice for a delicious and nutritious hummus. Chickpea soup with carrots, celery, turmeric, and pepper is also a great and comforting option for dinner. There is a little secret that few people know. If you use dry chickpeas, soak them overnight with a pinch of baking soda before cooking. This will not only reduce bloating, but also improve the absorption of iron, a mineral that is very important for older people who suffer from leg fatigue or dizziness. And that's just the beginning, because the next product will not only make your muscles more flexible, but also help get rid of night cramps, an invisible enemy that robs millions of people over 50 of sleep every night. 2. Pumpkin seeds. If chickpeas are the building blocks for strong legs, pumpkin seeds are the smart control system that allows your muscles and nerves to work together smoothly, seamlessly, and consistently every day. Pumpkin seeds, often considered just a snack, are actually a rich source of magnesium, an important mineral that many older people lack. Magnesium acts as a silent helper in hundreds of biological processes in the body, including muscle function, nerve signal regulation, and seizure prevention. Even a slight magnesium deficiency can cause restless legs, mild tremors, and fatigue without physical exertion. In addition to magnesium, pumpkin seeds contain zinc, unsaturated fats, and powerful antioxidants that help reduce inflammation in the knees and protect cartilage, extremely important for older adults who walk slowly or stand for long periods of time. A 2020 study by the Complutense University of Madrid showed that people over 55 who consumed 30 to 40 grams of pumpkin seeds per day for 6 weeks reduced the frequency of nighttime cramps by 31% and significantly improved their balance in the standing on one leg test. This is not just statistics, I have seen it in practice. Karen, 68, a resident of Zaragoza, told me that she used to wake up at 3 a.m. with severe cramps in her calves. Despite using hot oils and massage, the problem persisted. When she came to me, I immediately suggested adding a handful of roasted pumpkin seeds to her daily snack. After 3 weeks, the cramps had significantly decreased. After 6 weeks, Karen was sleeping through the night, and for the first time in many years, she said, I wake up with a real feeling of strength in my legs. You can try this today. About 30 grams of unsalted pumpkin seeds a day, about a handful, is enough to nourish your neuromuscular system. You can sprinkle them on salads, add them to oatmeal, or simply roast them and eat them as a healthy snack during your break. Here's an interesting tip that I often share. If you eat seeds in the afternoon, between 3 and 5 p.m., your body will have time to absorb the magnesium before bedtime, which helps calm the nervous system and significantly reduce nighttime cramps. It's a small change, but it can make a big difference. And that's not all, because the next product may surprise you. It comes from the sea, soft, delicate, but capable of reviving joints that have suffered in silence for years. 3. Seaweed. If you've ever heard a slight crack in your knees when standing up or feel your joints creak slightly when turning your body, it's not just a sign of aging, as many people think. It's a warning signal from your bone and joint system. They need lubrication, nourishment, and deep restoration. Surprisingly, the solution comes from the ocean, from a fragile but powerful food, seaweed. Seaweed, especially species such as brown algae, wakame, kombu, and sea lettuce, contains large amounts of organic calcium and iodine, natural anti-inflammatory compounds, fucoidin and laminarin. These components not only help strengthen bone density, but also soothe inflamed joints, protect cartilage, and support the production of synovial fluid, necessary for smooth movement. A study published in 2021 in the Spanish Journal of Public Health showed that women over 60 who consumed seaweed 2 to 3 times a week had 16% greater bone density than those who did not consume it. This is especially important for older people, as a simple fall can lead to a hip fracture. an event that can change a person's entire life. I remember well the case of Mary, 70, who was a yoga teacher before she suffered a permanent knee injury after an arthritis attack. During her treatment, we not only focused on physical therapy, but also incorporated seaweed into her diet. Seaweed and tofu soup, seaweed salad with apple cider vinegar, and sometimes just a little nori sprinkled on rice. After 8 weeks, the pain subsided, and Mary was able to resume gentle exercise, something that seemed impossible a few months earlier. You can start with simple steps. Just include seaweed in your meals 2 or 3 times a week in the form of soup, salad, or vegetable rolls. A tip I often give: when making seaweed soup, add a few slices of fresh ginger and a little sesame oil. This will improve the taste, help you absorb calcium better, and reduce the feeling of cold in your stomach, especially useful for people with sensitive digestive systems. Seaweed is not just food. It is like a soft pillow that cares for every joint, helping to restore flexibility and natural balance. And when your legs stop hurting every morning, you will realize that peace sometimes comes from the simplest things. But the journey doesn't end there, because the last product I'm going to talk about doesn't come from the sea or the forest, but contains the smartest fat for protecting both your nervous system and your balance. 4. Avocado. Have you ever felt a slight numbness in your legs, loss of sensation in your toes, or felt that when walking, you don't know whether you're touching the ground? If so, your peripheral nerves are most likely weakened and need nutrients at the right time. The good news is that avocados, those soft and creamy fruits, are a great ally in recovery. Avocados contain high levels of monounsaturated fats, mainly oleic acid, a type of fat proven to nourish nerve cell membranes and improve communication between the brain and the feet. Potassium helps balance electrolytes and prevents cramps. Vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects nerve cells from damage. According to a 2021 study by the Spanish Institute of Nutrition and Gerontology, people over 65 who included avocados in their breakfast 4 times a week showed significant improvements in balance tests after 6 weeks, especially those who previously experienced leg tremors when getting up from a chair. I can't forget Michael, 79, who came to me very concerned because he was losing sensation in his feet. He was afraid he would no longer be able to walk alongside his grandson. We changed his breakfast. Instead of pastries and coffee, he started eating a slice of whole grain bread with mashed avocado and chia seeds. A month later, he came to my office with a smile, full of confidence, and said something that touched me deeply. I can feel the ground beneath my feet and my grandson's footsteps beside me. You can easily apply this. Eat avocado 3 to 4 times a week, about a third or half of the fruit at a time. In the morning or as a snack. You can combine it with whole grain bread, add it to a green salad, or blend it with a banana and plant-based milk for a smoothie. A little tip: sprinkle some nuts or flax seeds on mashed avocado. This will not only improve the taste, but also double the amount of omega-3 and vitamin E, helping to protect your nervous system and joints. Avocado is not just a delicious food. It is a silent companion that nourishes you from within, making every step more confident, conscious, and safe. You see, with just 4 simple foods a week, you not only nourish your muscles, bones, and nerves, but you also take care of every step and your personal freedom. Don't wait until you need a cane or someone else's help to start changing. Start your next meal with an avocado, a handful of pumpkin seeds, or a bowl of seaweed soup. Your legs will thank you, step by step. If this video has helped you understand something important for your health, like it so we know you're with us. Share the video with your loved ones, those you want to see walking more confidently every day. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss tips on how to live healthily and independently at 50, 60, 70, and older.